Cut the music. What's going on, my friends? Welcome to episode 41 of the Get Your Game On podcast, bringing you the hottest takes, latest stories, and spicy picks surrounding New York, New Jersey, Philadelphia, national, and international sports. Hosted by yours truly, Adam Grassani, joined this time around by Michael Cunningham and Alex Reich. You can listen to the podcast right now on SoundCloud, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and YouTube. Also, be sure to follow us on Twitter at GetYourGameOnP. And with all that said, it's time to get your game on. Guys, we're starting this show on more of like a summer note. And if you listen to the end of our last episode, you know why? Because fortunately we didn't get a chance to discuss it like last episode, but now that we're here, we have to honor, all the victims of the tragedy that occurred, 20 years ago. And Michael, I know you have a lot to say about this, but personally, I think a great way for us to honor 9/11 and all its victims on its 20th anniversary is I want us to give our stories on where we were on that tragic day. So if you guys don't mind, I'm going to go first. And I remember, I was in kindergarten at the time, and I remember my mom picked me up from school, and she took me out. I had no idea what was going on at the time. So as a kid, I'm thinking, yay, I get out of school early. Yo. And then my best friend, one of my closest childhood friends, Joey, his mom picked him up too, and then we both took shelter and my house. I had no idea what was going on at the time, but now I look back and I'm just wow, and just again, our hearts go out to all the victims of that thing. Michael, you want to go next?
I remember this clear day. I remember that god awful Tuesday morning. I was coming back from recess. I had a lovely teacher by the name of Miss Anita Smith, who was a black elderly woman, the greatest teacher I ever had in my life. Miss Smith, if you're up there in heaven, thank you for all the things you did for me, but that's a different story. She called us, and she's like, she called us in, and she said, do you ever heard the World Trade Center? And I put one and one together. I was like, yeah, my dad may have had to go to the World Trade Center that day. And he said the Twin Towers have been hit. They've been hit. Both of them have been hit. One had been hit first, and then the other one 5 minutes later were been hit. And my uncle and aunt worked there. Give me a sec. Hold up. It's like a very emotional topic for me. He was my uncle, my closest uncle on this planet, were hit in that tower with my aunt. And I remember my dad was supposed to be in the Twin Towers that day, but luckily he got that call not to be there the last minute, and I was so happy. And people always ask people, where were you when Kobe Bryant passed away? And this in our generation, where were you when Kobe passed away? Where were you when Barack Obama became president? And you will never forget, where were you when the Twin Towers were collapsed, the World Trade Center? And for me, my family fought in the military all these years against terrorist attacks. My uncles, my aunt, my father, my brother, all of those people in my life fought for this country. My grandfather fought in World War II. My aunt fought in the Gulf War, and my cousins all fought in a war against terrorists, including my father. Point is, boys, 3 things we know about this country is we're very, one day, September 11, 2001, it doesn't matter if you're black, Asian, white, Hispanic, Indian, whatever race you are. We came together for one day as Americans to show why is this country so great. Excuse me. I'm very passionate about this. And I get your game on crew. I know Adam says we always come with the jokes. We have to make fun of each other. We have a good time and laugh. And with the risk of me breaking out of my character to you viewers, I'll never forget that day because it changed me a lot. Because I was supposed to go to New York go to New York. My friends live in New York. We have friends. My family's all from New York, all from Manhattan, Bronx, whatever. And I'll never forget what Jon Stewart said. He was able to see the World Trade Center from his apartment. But however, thank God they did not knock over the Statue of Liberty that shows us our independence and freedom, what we got from when we fought for this country from the revolution against the British. Not just for me, not for myself, not for Adam, not for Alex, Marcellus, and Chris, and my father, who was happening to be the producer of our show. I would get your game on P. And I also think of what the great Martin Luther King, he had a dream. And I hope I have a dream that we can outbeat terrorists again and again and again. And Adam, I'm sorry I'm off this, buddy, but I'm really passionate.
No problem. Go ahead.
I just believe, and Alex, I'm sorry I took your time, buddy, but this is really important. We gotta realize the shit we doing now against hating our own American kind, the blacks versus whites versus Asians versus Spanish. Hell, for one day, September 11, 2001, we were all hit as a country. And we gotta realize, we gotta stop seeing the fucking color and band together like as a country that we once built. Point I'm trying to say is, there's three things, I said this on the last episode, three things I'm more passionate about. My family, my friends, 4 or 5 things, my heritage, my culture, and my country. My family's from Barbados. As you can see the flag right in my room. I bleed Barbados and I bleed America. That's the one thing I'm very passionate about. And as for those scumbags who hacked those planes and try to kill this country, I hope you're in hell, burning for eternity. You took my family. We're coming for you next. You better hope y'all don't see me in hell, because I'll fight and whoop the devil's ass with you. You better hope you don't see me in hell, because I'm the devil's favorite demon. And I'll show you why I'm known as the most notorious badass on this fucking planet. So there's a saying, we may forgive, but we don't forget. And I don't forgive, and I don't forget on September 11, 2001. We don't forgive, we don't forget. Alex, take it away, brother.
I don't really have a big idea of where I was. It's kind of hard to say, but I do remember everything, like stopping, like every single media member and everything from the TV to everything, and it was just a horrible moment for this country, and I felt really devastated in my heart, and it really got to me that, like, everything from, I don't know, just hard to put into words because it's so devastating, and it just, I think, like, I was young at the time, and it was hard for me to to remember everything. And sitting here today, it just reminds me of how grateful of a country this is today, and that every day is a blessing to be with my family and friends and being at a great college and getting a very good education. And I'm just thankful of everything that the police department is continuing to do on a daily basis. And I'm really happy that as one country we learn from this, and it seems like it's far from over, but this tragedy will be with our lives forever. And I'm just hoping that this country continues to be united and have a great say in equality and police brutality. And I think that it's an amazing to see everyone stand together and beat this.
I saw
Amen,
this.
amen, Alex.
Hold on, I'm gonna add on.
Michael, I'll go for a second.
Can I add? Damn, let the black man that actually been to this. Thank you, asshole.
All right, go.
All right, and there was this picture I saw 2 days after September 11th, 2001. I saw a Crip and a Blood having a picture with a cop, and that really meant it's some like in New York, which you don't see. Crips and Bloods don't like each other, especially with cops, and they were both holding and hugging each other, and it really made me felt like we, as a country as a whole, made it in life, and whew, man, as we just think as a country, and we got to get better as a country.
Yeah.
If we can be together, united for September 11th once a year, we can be united every day as a country.
I was just about to hop on that, Michael. Yeah, you look back at like the after that, it was the first time. It was like where this country, like whether you're black or white, Republican or Democrat, or liberal or conservative, left or right, everyone was just able to come together, and the country really was truly united, like in the aftermath of that. Now I don't want to get too political here, but now we look at the political atmosphere today, and it's kind of the opposite, and it's a shame, really. It's a shame that we've become so divided since then. But yeah, again, I don't want to get too political, but yeah, another thing is that always never take a second of your life for granted. I know, I understand it's easy to think ahead like towards the future. And I'm not saying like you shouldn't think about the future, and you shouldn't have plans ahead, but at the end of the day, you gotta cherish like every single second you have on this planet, because no matter what, no matter how careful you are, no matter no matter how careful you are, everything everything, either yourself or someone you love, they could be gone just like that. But yeah, again, our thoughts and prayers and go out to all the victims of 9/11, of the tragedy that occurred 20 years ago. I feel like that's all I have to say. So, guys, are you ready to lighten the mood up on this podcast?
Let's do it, baby.
All right. Well, kind of lighten up the mood. I mean, I'm gonna change the mood from somber to angry, because, guys, the New York Football Giants managed to disappoint me once again. The Giants. I came into this game like against against the Denver Broncos. I came into this week 1 thinking, and remember, Dallas Cowboys just lost their opener, and a couple of hours ago, like Washington lost their opener. So I'm like, I'm thinking to myself, this is a game the Giants have to win. Like, this is the chance for them to really jump out to an early lead in this AFC East. They're playing a Denver Broncos team that's not bad, but when you consider all the improvements that they supposedly made in the offseason, you figure that this is a game, then they're at home, you figure this would be a game that they can win, or at the very least be competitive in. Ha! Ha! It wasn't really that competitive. The Giants lost 27-13. 27-13. Now let me start off. Daniel Jones did perform terribly. He went for 22 out of 39, 1 touchdown, no interceptions, quarterback rating of 90.7. That wasn't terrible. That's not terrible, but oh yeah, he also had a fumble. So yeah, Daniel Jones. I mean, I got to come down hard on him. I said before, this is supposed to be a make or break year for him, for Daniel Jones. This is supposed to be his breakout season. And even though I wouldn't say he performed terribly, he ain't come close to like meeting like the expectations that I currently have for him. Like for him, he even come close. Even come close. This is supposed to be the year where he like establishes himself as the Giants franchise quarterback. And I'm sorry, 13 points ain't gonna cut it. Another player I want to get on is Saquon Barkley. Now I understand Saquon Barkley's coming back from injury and he's not 100%, but I'm sorry, 2.6 yards to carry. That's just not gonna cut it. That's not gonna cut it. Another guy I want to get on is Jason Garrett, who honestly, like I said before, I'm just not. I was a fan of Jason Garrett when it happened. I want to go back in time and slap myself. This guy is the most unimaginative I've ever seen. Like I remember I was watching some of the game like in the press box because today was my last day at New Jersey Jackals. I mean, I'm gonna save that for another episode, but I remember I was watching some of the game in the press box and I saw this one play where it's like 3rd and 17 and Jason Garrett calls like this curl route out. And Daniel Jones like throws it inward to a receiver who was like 10 yards out, and I'm like making my ass making my because they're like I'm like you're like you're not even in field goal range. Even if it was an incomplete pass, even if it was complete, like I'm not even really sure that would have been technically considered field goal range. So I'm just like, and the defense too. Like again, 27 points. Like you can look at it and say, that's not terrible. When you're facing the Denver Broncos and Eddie freaking Bridgewater, and you look at this defense should be like one of the better defenses in the league. I'm sorry, that's just not going to cut. So I'm just disappointed. As a Giants fan in their week 1 performance because now they put themselves in a hole. This upcoming game against Washington on the road, that's a must-win game. That is like a must-win game. If the Giants don't win that game, their season, I don't know how to say if it's necessarily going to be over, but they're going to be in really hot water if they don't win next week. So, guys, I don't know if you agree or disagree with what I said. Go ahead, sound off.
Oh, please. Oh, let me. Oh, ooh. Hey, honestly, I don't think the Giants won't be bad this season, honestly. And I hate the Giants and the Eagles more than any, besides the Patriots, Eagles, and Giants. I hate all 3 of them. I want to say The Giants may win at least 8 games. I'll give them 8 games they win.
Honestly, Michael, like with this performance I saw in week 1, I don't know. I mean, I want to be optimistic and say 8 wins is possible, but at this point, like with what I saw, I'm not optimistic.
But however, I'm saying the Eagles are going to win at least not going to win the division. Anybody can win week 1. The Cowboys are winning the division. We almost beat the defending champions at home. Tom Brady has never lost a week 1 in his career, ever. Adam, you look at me when I'm talking to you.
Sorry.
No, I'm just saying. Somebody look up. Has Tom Brady ever lost a week 1 in his career?
Has he?
He had never lost a week 1 in his career. Never.
Really? I did not know that.
Out of 300
not
starts,
once?
never lost a week 1. Can y'all believe that? Never lost a week 1.
I don't believe it. I'm gonna look that up right now just to make sure.
Hold on, let me.
You're wrong. Tom Brady's record in week 1 of his career is 14-4.
Oh, you serious?
I'm serious, yeah.
Fucking NBC lied to me. NBC, you're so biased towards
right.
Tom Brady. I'm just saying, Tom Brady, honestly, the way how they performed on Thursday, the Buccaneers may be in the finals.
Yeah.
They be in the Super Bowl. But by the way, let me get to a certain co-worker. To Chris Kern that was on the show today. He got scared because I'm up in the standings against him in the back. But that's just a different story. So I'm gonna say
We'll save that for our betting segment.
I'm sorry,
Michael. We'll save that for our betting segment.
So I'm gonna say my Cowboys are gonna win 9 games. The Jets are gonna win 5 games this year. Hopefully they win 5.
We'll definitely get to the Jets later on, but
the Giants, y'all suck today, honestly.
Yeah.
Daniel Jones needs to have better trust in this team. If he's gonna be the captain of this team, he has to be the best player. He has to be.
He's got to be better than what we saw in like week 1. He's got to be better than that. Again, it's just one game, so maybe Daniel Jones like comes out week 2 and like completely lights it up, and I'll be saying you look like a fool. But from what I saw week 1, I'm not confident. I mean, Alex, you can either A, hop on what we're saying about the Giants, or B, if you want to also brag about your Eagles week 1 victory, you can do so.
Adam, you a fool if you don't think Alex is going to brag about his Eagles. He's about to do it in 3, 2, 1. Who's watching TV?
That was me playing the fight song.
Oh, you fucking asshole.
Okay.
Adam, can you please edit that out, please, so I have to murder him?
I'll think about it.
You may not. Speaking of...
Alex, go.
Okay. Devontae Smith and Jalen Hurts was the storyline of yesterday's game. The Eagles defense put excellent pressure on Matt Ryan. Zach Ertz had a quick injury, which was a hamstring injury, and he was back in the game in minutes. Chris Watkins looked sharp. Surprisingly, the Eagles defense made it hard for Kyle Pitts to get completions. The Eagles had trouble stopping Cordell Patterson. He was all over the field with a ton of reps he got. And I found this quote from Jalen Hurts. It says, I think it's a good win opening week for us. All the hard work we put in all the different changes we've endured and had to overcome and persevere through new coaching, new values as a football team, and buying into it. And coming out of week one and starting off the right way, I think that's good. Started off well. And a stat I found was Jaden Hurts completed 77.1% of his passes for 264 yards and a 126.4 rating largely because of Smith. He had a team high 6 for 71 yards, including the score. Smith for his touchdown for an 18-yard score that put the Eagles ahead for good in the first quarter. So all in all, the Eagles came out dominant, and it's going to be very interesting to see if they can bring this energy into next Sunday at Philadelphia against a very good offense in San Francisco, and I'm excited to see what it has to bring.
Yeah, definitely. Eagles. They did exactly what they should have done. They beat a not so great Falcons team. Jalen Hurts, played excellent. And that's the difference between Daniel Jones and Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts went out there and he showed you that he was the goods. He went out there and he showed you that he was good. Now, granted, you could say, oh, Jalen Hurts played against a weaker defense than Daniel Jones. Yeah, but still, Jalen Hurts went out there and balled. And Alex, I'm so mad right now that you stole Devontae Smith from us back at the NFL draft because I agree with you. He balled out. He balled out. He showed exactly why I wanted him so badly. So,
Yo,
but I will say, Alex, enjoy this week one victory, but don't get your hopes up because at the end of the day, it is the Atlanta Falcons, and the Atlanta Falcons, you know what, are not supposed to be that good of a team this season.
So they play at home?
So now you've got the 49ers coming up. You got the Eagles, you got the Chiefs. You got the Panthers, the Buccaneers. Honestly, Alex, you guys would be lucky to win 2 of those games. You'd be lucky to win 2.
I don't see the Eagles winning next Sunday, but I do see them beating the Cowboys.
Oh, hell no.
Nah.
Hold up.
If the Cowboys were on the road, they were coming to Philly, maybe I'd give you that game, but Eagles going on the road to face Dallas, nah, I can't give you that one.
Let me get this straight. You're telling me you're going to beat them at the Dome? You going to think you beat them at the Dome?
Yes.
Are you insane?
Well, we'll see a couple of weeks from now how well Alex's prediction.
Wait, can I add something? I won't be insane saying the Eagles will beat them if CD Lamb ever catches the freaking ball.
And then you can run at AT&T Stadium at home. Cowboys at home at AT&T Stadium.
First of all, you gotta worry about Ezekiel Elliott's workload.
Elliott had an off game, but Dak Prescott, y'all gotta worry about. He's an MVP caliber, MVP candidate for a reason. He is better than Jalen Hurts. He's better than Daniel Jones. It's official. My quarterback kicks our quarterback's his ass. We have a better running back than you guys. We have one of the greatest wide receivers.
Whoa.
Elliott is better than Barkley combined. Way better than Barkley.
First of all, Barkley is on the Giants. You mean Miles Sanders?
Miles Sanders is shit. Barkley is shit. Elliott is better, and Cooper is a
My
better
understanding
receiver.
I
is
was
not
gonna
fit.
argue with you there, Michael, but with how Barkley performed in week 1, I can't really argue with you right now. Okay. Okay,
and the Cowboys have a better wide receiver than the Eagles and then the Giants, which is
I don't
Amari
know,
Cooper.
Michael. Jalen Hurts it's not Jalen Hurts. Devontae Smith's looking like a stud.
Hell, I love Devontae Smith. I want him to come to the Cowboys.
I could see him giving Riley Cooper a run for his money.
I'm telling you guys, the Cowboys would have been great with Devontae Smith. You know how badass that would have been having Amari Cooper and Devontae Smith on the same team? Boys, picture that.
Yeah. All right. Before we get to Mike's hot take, we do have to discuss the New York Jets week 1 loss, and I wanted to discuss obviously we'll discuss Zach Wilson and everything in the Jets point of view, because again, just like the Giants, the Jets did not perform well week 1. They lost to the Carolina Panthers. I mean, it was a close game, 19-14, but 14. But here's my big takeaway, guys. Here's my big takeaway from that game was, and I don't know if you guys disagree with me. I think we'll see how he ends up performing throughout the rest of the season. But guys, the Jets did Sam Darnold absolutely no favors. This kid is a lot this kid's a lot better than we gave credit for. Because I said before, when he was with the Jets, they of how what you're supposed to do supporting a young quarterback. They did the exact opposite. They put Sam Darnold in a situation where I couldn't see any young quarterbacks succeeding in. They gave him little to no protection, little to no weapons, little to no running game, and they gave him I think this now solidifies it. If Sam Darnold goes on and continues to perform well this season and really becomes one of the better quarterbacks in the league, I think it just solidifies that Adam Gase is one of, if not the worst coaches in NFL history. This guy sabotaged Sam Darnold's career. Sam Darnold finished against the Jets, went 24 out of 35, touchdown, no interceptions, 279 yards,
Adam,
a rushing touchdown as well. I mean, this guy. Now we'll see if he can keep this up, because for who knows, maybe next week Sam Darnold will ultimately regress. But I think for now, guys, if you're a Jets fan, even though it resulted in your team's loss, you have to be happy to see Sam Darnold well, because even the most dire Jet fan would agree. Adam Gase really honestly set the kid up to set Sam Darnold up to fail. So as an outsider, I am happy to see that Sam Darnold had a great game. Now, on the other hand, we look at Zach Wilson. We look at similar to what I said about Dan Jones. He was all right. 37, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. He was all right. But again, the Jets, you can look at the Jets, it was a close game. It was a close game throughout. Yes, and I just think with a rookie quarterback like Zach Wilson, there's gonna be some growing pains. That you rarely ever see I know I said before that would you love to see Zach Wilson have a Justin Herbert or a Joe Burrow rookie season? Yes, but at the end of the day, we see historically that rookie quarterbacks, most rookie quarterbacks usually struggle in their first year. You really can't judge these guys until at least 2 years into their career. So, I mean, Michael, you're the resident Jets fan here. You're one of our resident Jets fans here. I mean, what do you think? Do you agree with what I said? Disagree with what I said?
Honestly, half and half I agree with you with. I think the Jets head coach is a shitty coach, and I agree with you with that. But here's the thing about Sam Darnold. We gave him a time clock to proceed. Jets fans, in general, we have no patience for losing. We're known to losing, but we like losing it. You know what I'm saying? But we gave him a time. We gave him a 2-year deal, right? He was here for 2 years. But I'll give Sam Darnold credit. Every player wants to play great when the former team cuts them or trades them. They want to play well. You know what I mean, Adam? And this is in any sport. In any sport. Wade, I'm gonna bring up I know this is not about football, but Vince Carter, when he got traded from the Raptors to the Nets, every time Vince Carter played against the Raptors, he destroyed them or killed them. So what I'm trying to say is the Jets have a lot of I saw bits and pieces of the game. Their offensive line could be a little better. You know, the O-line could be a little better. This is Homeboy's first game, NFL real game, playing a whole 4 quarters, every 4 quarters, which is basically 15 minutes, 15 minutes, 15 minutes, 15 minutes each quarter. So give him time to develop. Give my man some time. You know what I mean, Adam?
I agree.
He's a rookie. Every rookie's nervous their first game. You can do great in preseason, but you can suck in the season. And that's what the Jets do best. They do great in the preseason. You'd be like, yeah, we're going to do well. Game 1, you're like, oh, fuck, here we go again. And we're like, really? I guess we're going to baseball season. Most of my Mets are Yankees fans. We put our club. But however, the Jets are we are the most loyalist fan base on the planet. And this quarterback cannot be worse than Mark Sanchez. That's enough of my take.
All right, guys. I mean, Alex, did you have anything you wanted to say?
No.
Okay, so now we gotta move on to the segment of the show. What pun am I gonna use this time? The segment of the show that is like, oh man, I'm struggling with this one. Give me a second, Michael. Give me a second. I'll think of something. The segment of the show that is like a firework and it lights up and brightens the sky. Mike's hot take. Michael Cunningham, take it away.
Oh, Adam, I love you on that one, baby. My hot take for the day is we're going to talk about why Stephen A. Smith kicked off Max Kurdoff off of
Max Kellerman.
Max Kellerman on Pardon the Take.
First take, yeah.
First take.
Yeah,
cool.
I heard about this story.
Stephen A. Smith had no ill will towards Max. However, you see them, they're like the best team for shows like Rachel Nicholson and Jalen Rose and T-Mac on my favorite show. Everybody knows my favorite ESPN show besides College Game Day is NBA Jump. And I also like First Take with Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith, I think he got bored with his character with Max. You know what I mean, Adam? I think they could have worked better together, but they did well. Because here's the thing. When Stephen A. Smith, people listen. He may be a little eccentric, but Adam, I think when he was on with a certain person who we promised on this podcast, we will not name or mention or give him any credit, on a certain douchebag that he was on the show with. But however, Max made the ratings go up, in my opinion. He bantered. It was good for the show. You know what I mean, boys? That's part 1 of it. And I believe Stephen A. Smith said, I want him off the show, which was extremely selfish of Stephen A. Smith. You got rid of Skip Bayless. That was great. But you were running out of Max, who actually helped you with the show, who made your ratings better. Forget your game on fans. That's like me kicking off Alex for being an Eagle fan because he hasn't having shit. However, I'm the first person I'm be able to do that. It's like me kicking off my cousin because he's not carrying the load. I get your game on the podcast. We can encourage each other. If I have a bad hot take, Adam won't kick me off the show because he knows in my contract he has to pay me at least $85,000. It's on paper, Adam, and then my lawyer will sue you. And that's part one of my hot take. Part two of my hot take is Chris lost to me, and
save it for the betting segment, Michael.
I
know it's something. I know you want to get to it, but Michael, I'm asking you nicely, save it for the betting segment.
And I want to talk about how the Yankees pissed me off today.
Okay. This is a perfect way to segue into the next time. Michael, you can finish your hot take and then it'll be a perfect segue into the next topic. Like, go ahead.
My Yankees really disappointed me today. We went on September 11th. I really don't call that a win for us, Adam. Winning on September 11th. You wanna know why?
Right? Why?
Because it was about America. You know what I mean? It was about America winning, and it doesn't matter what team won, as long as America wins on that historic day. And I liked how Citi Field was like reminiscing of Shea Field, of Shea Stadium. You know what I mean? For that one game, they had the apple that blows up when you hit a home run. How ironic! 20 years ago, I was at that Met game when Mike Piazza hit a home run. And all Mets fans went crazy because my dad's a Met fan. So there you go. And I really think the Yankees could have played better this game today. Aaron Judge, who got hurt, but Giancarlo Stanton is the only good player, I think, on this whole Yankees hot track in his last 20 games in the last. So he's been hitting the ball better. DJ LeMahieu's been disappointing me. He could be if you would have said DJ LeMahieu was one of the best players in the American League before the season start, I'll be like, you know what? Hell yeah, he's great. He can do it all. He can hit, run, hit all home runs, hit RBIs, draw walks, play any position on the field. He can play first base, second base, third base. He can't play shortstop, but he can play all of the infield besides shortstop. But he just fall off the grid. Anthony Rizzo, you know, Garrett Cole, who was probably the best pitcher in the American League, has been struggling for me. And I think
Garrett Cole hasn't been struggling.
He's been not doing my part because Yankees, we pay you all shit ton of money. You better be having 21 wins. I am as a Yankee fan.
Wait, Michael. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to stop right there. How has Garrett Cole been disappointing?
You know, in this stretch we've been playing.
He's been playing excellent in this stretch. Like what? I don't get it. I mean, he just recently got hurt, but before that he was pitching excellent.
However, he should have more wins. As a Yankees ace, we are used to them having a lot more wins and a lot more.
Michael, wins don't matter anymore in terms of pitching stats. You don't judge a pitcher based on their wins-loss record anymore.
Right percentage, you do, you motherfucker.
No, who's the baseball expert here, Michael?
Who actually played baseball? Me. Who was doing all little nerdy stats? You. I rest my case.
You got a point there, but go ahead.
Adam, I was the player. You were in fans. You were eating hot dogs.
Go ahead.
All joking aside, buddy. I think the Yankees.
Okay, his last outing, he went 3.5 innings, he allowed 3 runs. But again, that was the start that he got hurt. Before that, he was pitching 7 innings, 1 run, 6 innings, no runs, 6 innings, no runs. He was on air before that injury, Michael. So I'm sorry. I can't give you that Garrett Cole's been struggling. I can't give you that. I'm sorry.
I want them to go after Mike Trout. Or that's what I'm saying, man.
I love the Mike got the Mike Trout. Yeah, is it gonna happen? No. Continue.
because we got Aaron Judge, but I think we need a new closer. Aroldis Chapman has been coming for me lately.
Oh, I forgot to mention that too. Yeah, I mean Chapman has just been. He's just been. He's just been bad. He's just been bad, and this entire Yankees bullpen has been a problem. This entire because aside from like they don't really honestly have a closer right now. They don't have a closer. Like who can you give the ball to? Like with Britton hurt, with I believe Loizaga is now hurt. I mean, I'll double check, but I believe he's now hurt. I mean, who are you giving the ball to? Like in a late game situation, a roll shot like we've seen before. Even like in his past game where he did save, he held on by the skin of his teeth. The first 2 months, a roll shot was pitching lights out. He was pitching lights out. You could make the argument that he was the best he was the best reliever in baseball. You could make the argument that he was the best reliever in baseball. He was pitching lights out. Now all of a sudden, like he can't find the strike, so he doesn't have great control of his fastball anymore. I mean, it's just bad. Chapman has just been and the entire bullpen has just been a major problem for this team.
We could be a little better.
But yeah, Michael, is that the end of your hot take?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay, Michael. I mean, I'm gonna like segue. I mean, because again, we were gonna talk about the Subway series. Mets took 2 out of 3 from the Yankees, and again, it's just bad times in Yankee land, and like now we get the news that Aaron Judge like is out. Apparently, he had dizziness. Like he exited the game due to dizziness. So this is bad. Like Aaron Judge could potentially be out for like a couple days. You already got the news that Garrett Cole's gonna miss a little bit of time. Zach Britton's done for the year. I mean, and you look at this team. I mean, they're just. I mean, again, they're all. There's not much I can say that I haven't said already regarding the Yankees, but the team is just like up and down. They're just not performing to the back of their baseball cards now. And again, like I gotta get on them again. Gleyber Torres made another like horrible mistake at shortstop. Like that also like Yankees 2 runs. Because after that, if he makes that play, the Yankees likely get out of the inning. Like I forget what inning it was, but in that same inning was the inning where Francisco Lindor hit that 3-run home run. So that error may have cost the Yankees like 3 runs right there. Like that just can't happen, especially when Gleyber Torres is like had like the dog shit of like an offensive year that he's had this year. Now, granted, he did have a 2-run home run today. I'll give him that. He did have a 2-run home run today, but still, Gleyber Torres has been a major problem for this team. And going to next year, guys, I'm not gonna say Yankees should give up on Gleyber, and like I'm not gonna say Yankees should give up on Gleyber because I said this on Twitter. You don't give up on like a 24-year-old who's been a 24-year-old infielder who's been like to a All-Star, who's a 2-time All-Star. You don't just like give up on him like that, especially when his trade value is where it's at right now. But I'll tell you one thing: I think he should move up of shortstop. I think like he should. I think going to the offseason, the Yankees like need to like I think the Yankees like they need to sign a shortstop. At the very least, they need to sign a shortstop for like next season until like Anthony Volpe like is ready. Like their top prospect. I've raved about him before. Until Anthony Volpe is ready, like in 2023, they need someone to fill in at shortstop because Gleyber he's proven to me that he just can't handle shortstop on a consistent basis. Like he's a type of player who I feel like is much more comfortable like playing second base. I think Gleyber Torres is a second baseman, not a shortstop. Like So that's one big issue. Let's see now. I do want to give credit where credit is due. Giancarlo Stanton, he's been balling for the Yankees this season. He had a big 2-run home run to tie the game. So I'm gonna get again. I know Giancarlo Stanton, you could complain about his contract and how much the Yankees are, how much how much he's making. But you know what? I've had criticism about Stanton in the past. He him not playing the field. He's playing the field every day, and you know what? He's still raking. So I just gotta give a round of applause to Giancarlo Stanton, because he has just been for a guy that gets as much hate as he does, which I think a lot of it is undeserved. Not gonna say necessarily all of it is undeserved, but I think the majority of it is undeserved. He just keeps on balling. He's had an excellent year. I mean, but yeah, so I will give praise to Giancarlo Stanton, but again, you lose 2 out of 3 to the Mets. Now coming up for the Yankees, we only have how many games left in the season? They've got
19.
19 games left, and they are currently out of as of right now. If the season ends today, the Yankees would be out of the playoffs. They're currently a game behind both the Red Sox and the Blue Jays for the first wild card. So now this is it. There's no more room for error for the Yankees. They need to start turning the ship around right now. And I don't know how. But they need to get their what together ASV. Now, thankfully, coming up, they do have some, I would say, winnable games. They have the Twins at home, and then they go on the road for 3 games with the Orioles. I mean, and then they have 3 games with the Indians. Honestly, guys, I said before, and then after that they have 3 games with the Rangers, so they have a very soft schedule coming up. So Yankees need to right the ship in the right direction right now. Now's the time for them to right the ship in the right direction. I said before, the good thing about that winning streak that the Yankees had earlier was that it did give them a little bit of cushion, so that if they did regress, which look what happened, they're regressing right now. They would have at least a little bit of cushion, because right now they're only 1 game out of the wild card, but they need to start playing better. They need to stop playing better baseball right now. They can't afford to lose to keep on losing games the way they're losing. It needs to change now, and starts Monday against the Minnesota Twins. But yeah, I do want to talk about the Mets here for a little bit. I mean, obviously they took 2 out of 3, but what a performance by Francisco Lindor on Sunday, man! 3 home runs, and he's a guy that I've given a lot of grief on this podcast, from signing with Javier Baez on the thumbs down thanks to the fans, to his just performance overall. He's not nearly performed to the level that we expect Francisco Lindor to be, but you know what? I'll give him credit. He balled out today, and 3 home runs. That's a special performance. So I gotta give it up to Francisco Lindor. I mean, that's something whenever you see performances like that in baseball, you always just gotta tip your cap. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. You ain't wrong.
I mean, Alex, do you have anything to say?
Yeah. The Yankees been off and on, and tonight was a very entertaining game at Citi Field, and I think that it's crucial for the Yankees to get their to lock in and have the ability to beat Minnesota starting this upcoming I mean, starting later today at 2 p.m. and
You
I
could just
think
say Monday.
yeah, Monday. And I'm really looking forward to this stretch. Even though the national the eastern side of the standings is a very very trash, which is it's going to be very entertaining and having the ability to watch games every night and see what happens down the road.
I mean, I can't disagree with what you said there, Alex. I cannot disagree. But yeah, guys, are you guys ready to move on to our bets?
Yep.
Oh baby,
Alright.
oh baby.
It's time for our bets of the episode.
Word life.
To
nigga.
recap
Gang,
last
gang.
episode. To recap episode, guys, I suck. I took the Giants over the Broncos on the spread. The Broncos beat the Giants. Giants didn't even come close to covering the +3. And you know what? I took an L. I believe that's my 4th straight L. And in my last 11 bets, I am 3-8. It has not been good times for me, Michael Cunningham. Not been a good stretch for me.
You've been playing like ass, buddy. Your team's been playing like ass.
I'm cold. But Alex, my friend, you haven't been hot either. You had Missouri over Kentucky on the money line. Kentucky beat Missouri, so you know what? You take an L. Marcellus had the Dodgers over the Padres. Dodgers beat the Padres, so you know what? He takes a dub. He adds 6.10 points. And we had a head-to-head matchup for first place in the standings, and Mr. Michael Cunningham came out on top. He had the Seattle Seahawks over the Colts on the money line. And Chris, on the other hand, our friend Chris Kern, had the Colts over the Seahawks on the money line. Seahawks beat the Colts. So
I got
Michael
one thing to
wins,
say.
Chris loses. Michael, you add 6.49 points. So,
I
as
got
I said
something to say.
before, go ahead, Michael.
Chris, if you're watching this episode, you took the chicken way out and that showed up on this episode because you know I was going to gloat. So, Chris, if you're watching this, ha, 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 ha.
All right.
So, Chris,
All
we
right,
all know
Chris. You can celebrate.
We all know
now.
you skipped this episode because you didn't want to see me gloat.
Okay,
Chris,
okay.
that's a sucker, Chris. I love you, but that's
Okay.
a sucker move.
Okay. But guys, I said before, we have a new ringleader. Michael Cunningham takes first place back. He is 23-17 record, 207.91 points. Chris falls into second place.
It feels so good.
Chris falls into second place.
And it feels so good.
21-19 record, 201.80 points. Shockingly, despite how trash I've been, I remain in third place, 17-23 record, 180.04 points. Marcel still remains in fourth place, 22-18 record, 141 points. Alex, my friend, you're still in last place, 14-26 record, 96.05 points.
Hey, Adam, I got a little proposition for Alex.
Yeah.
Alex, how about I'll make you a deal? If you win this episode, I'll give you all of my points and I'll let you be in first place. If you win one bet.
As the commissioner of our betting segment, I have to strike this ballot.
Come on, Adam.
And not bet win. Points.
Come on, we're betting points. I'll bet you my first place.
Bet points.
I'm not going to bet my points. I'll bet my first place position. That's how confident I am going against Alex. What do you say, Alex? You want to take the bet? I
It's up
win.
to, it's
I'm in
up
fifth
to
place.
Adam.
Adam, he wins. I take fifth place. He loses. He stays in fifth place.
As the commissioner, I deem this bet invalid.
Why?
You cannot because it would be fraudulent. It would be fraudulent. You can't bet Stanley's on one bet. Maybe if for the last episode of this podcast, which maybe which I have no idea when and that's gonna come, but maybe then we'll do it. But for now, I have to deem it invalid. I am sorry.
No, for
Michael.
season one. This is for the end of season one. The end of season one will be
maybe for the end of season one. But for now, Michael, I'm sorry. I have to decline. Okay, so you know what? I'm gonna make my bet here. I need to bounce back. I have been stressed. I need to start turning this around. And so, you know what, guys? I'm just going to play it safe here. I know they've been playing bad lately. I know they haven't been playing good baseball. I've complained. You just heard me complain about them. But you know what, guys? The Yankees are on the spread against the Minnesota Twins, are getting -1 on the spread. On the run line, they're obviously the favorites against the Orioles minus -1.5. So, and you know what? The spread is only -102, and you know what? The payout is only 102. So you know what? They're playing the Minnesota Twins, a team that they've beat up on countless throughout the years. They're back at home. I like the Yankees' chances to get back on track and take this game against the Minnesota Twins. So I'm going to take the Yankees over the Twins on the spread. That's I bet. All right. Do we have Marcellus's bet?
No, I'm gonna pick a bet for Marcellus.
I'm pretty sure Marcellus. Has it. I mean.
No, he didn't text.
All right. I believe Chris did text this bet. So I mean, Chris, for next week, he took Washington, the football team, over the Giants on my line. So Chris's bet Washington against the Giants.
All right. Chris,
all right. Alex, go ahead, do your bet.
I am going to go Red Sox money line.
Red Sox money line, okay. Over the Seattle Mariners.
That's ballsy there.
All right, Michael, you could do Marcellus's bet.
For him, I'm gonna pick no. I need a good bet for him because he may hate me. So give me a sec. You know, I gotta sound like my Cubs. I'm gonna go with the Cubs. I want to see who the Cubs are playing this week. Don't tell me. Well, they're playing the Giants. Oh, Cubs versus Phillies. I'm gonna give them the Cubs over the Phillies money line.
Okay, I gotcha.
I'll never pick no Phillies. That's the one thing about my playing.
Okay.
I'm raised no fool.
That game's on what? Monday or Tuesday?
That is a Monday game. That's a Tuesday game.
Oh, what? Sorry, repeat that.
It is a Tuesday game at 7 o'clock.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, I'll just make sure I mark that down. All right, Michael. Last up. Go ahead.
Hold up, Pimpin. I'm gonna do a Monday Night Football game. I want to do Monday Night Football.
You could do Monday Night Football. I'm
gonna do a Monday night. I want to do a Monday game. For this is week 1, I believe.
Yeah, this is still technically week 1. Yeah.
I'm gonna go with the Ravens over the Raiders money line.
Okay.
Because you can't go against the reigning MVP, who is Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson's gonna kill. So
okay. I like a relatively safe pick, but you know what? You're in first place. You have the right to play it safe.
You're damn right I do.
All right, guys, that's all for our bets. That's all for this episode. Before we bid you farewell, I did mention this earlier in the episode, but this past Sunday was my last day as of the 2021 New Jersey Jackal season. you mentioned I covered a team this year, and I had a great time. I mean, it was just a really great opportunity for me. I said I covered a team back in 2019, and it was such an honor for me to be back covering the team in 2021. So I mean, I managed to meet a lot of really like great people there. Got to talk to a lot of great players, great people. So to all to all my friends, I got me a bunch of my old friends from my Montclair State who were interning there. So and I got to meet a bunch of new people who work at the Jackal, who work in like media for the Jackals, and except for I got to again talk to the players, both who I knew from 2019 and some new faces too. So to any of those guys, if you're listening to this podcast, I mean, just I appreciate everything. I'm so happy I was able to really talk with you guys. I mean, I don't really know how to word this. I'm just it was just a really, really great opportunity for me, and you know what? And again, I was just so honored to be able to cover the New Jersey Jackals. They're a great franchise. They're a great organization, and going forward, I'm still gonna keep in touch with them. Regardless of what happens. I mean, will I be back covering them in 2022? I don't know. I mean, but all I can say is I really enjoyed my time at the Jackal. So again, if any of you guys if any of the people I mentioned, if you're are listening to this podcast, give you a shout out. All right, so guys, you have anything left to say?
On the head, baby.
Nope.
All right, that's it. This has been episode 41 of the Get It Game On podcast with yours truly, Adam Grassani, Michael Cunningham, and Alex Reich. If you like what you heard, leave a like and follow or subscribe to the podcast. Also, if you want to join the conversation, you have a comment or review, or you may feature it in a future episode. Remember, my friends, don't assume juice is just fantasy. If you can imagine a world, believe in it, and dive in. See you next time, and until then, stay lit.
And we're out.